Hello from Hamburg, everybody, to another edition of Transfermarkt International. Only 5 days left for this summer's window of big contract signings, loan exchanges, or even player swaps in the world of football. We look at the most recent deals that were done during the last week, and we start with Renato Sánchez, who became the youngest player at the age of 18 to ever play in a European Championship final, winning with Portugal in 2016. Success hasn't really stayed with him personally. 3 years with Bayern Munich ended with limited playing time for the 22-year-old. During this week, he signed with French Ligue 1 side OSC Lille for a transfer fee of 20 million euros. He received a contract until June 2023 and hope to improve his playing time and chances for the next future. Back to Germany, it is for Bas Dost. Sporting Lisbon and his new club Eintracht Frankfurt agreed on terms for the goal-scoring central striker. Dost signs a 3-year contract and Sporting receives a transfer fee of 7 million euros. The 30-year-old Dutch is hoped to be a valid successor of Frankfurt's last year's top scorers Luka and Sebastian Aller. Dost already played in the Bundesliga with Wolfsburg between 12 and 16, where he scored 48 goals in 117 appearances in all competition with the Wolves. Napoli signed Mexican international Irving Lozano from Dutch side PSV Eindhoven. The 24-year-old right wing comes in on a transfer fee of 38 million euros. His contract runs until June 2024. Lozano had 17 goals and 11 assists in last year's Eredivisie campaign and didn't miss a minute in all 6 Champions League matches with PSV. The successor for Irving Lozano at PSV Eindhoven is Ritsu Doan. The Netherlands side signed the Japanese 21-year-old international, who plays on the same position as Lozano on a new contract for 7.5 million euros. Last season with Groningen, he had 30 Eredivisie games with 5 goals and 3 assists. French World Cup champion Adil Rami has a new club after terminating his contract with Olympique Marseille. The 33-year-old central defender now joins Turkish side Fenerbahce without a transfer fee. Due to a couple of muscle injuries, Rami played only in 16 Ligue 1 matches last season. Rami's fellow French left wing, Georges-Kevin Nkoudou, is set for a new start in Turkey as well. His former club Tottenham and his new team Besiktas agreed on a 4 million signing fee for the 24-year-old. Nkoudou was loaned twice during his tenure with Tottenham, never really becoming a playing alternative for the Spurs. AS Monaco acquired the services of Chile international Guillermo Maripan. The 25-year-old central defender was a very much stabilizing factor for Deportivo Alavés in La Liga in the last 2 seasons. Monaco signed Maripan for the 5 upcoming years. The transfer fee is 18 million euros. Japan's new wonder kid has a new team in La Liga. Takefusa Kubo recently turned 18 and plays in offensive midfield or on both wings. Real Madrid acquired the 4-time capped Japanese national team player in July from Tokyo FC and now sends him to RCD Mallorca on a 1-year loan deal to gain some playing experience in Europe. And due to a couple of injuries, Germany's second-tier side FC St. Pauli acquired 2 players on a 1-year loan deal, both of them starting in St. Pauli's last game in the league, a 2-1 victory over Holstein Kiel. New central defender James Lawrence, coming in from RSC Anderlecht, scored with a header right away. Sheffield Wednesday's loanee Matthew Penny was sent off late in the game after picking up 2 yellow cards. And yes, we once again start the rumor mill with the never-ending story of transfer or no transfer for PSG's problem star Neymar. Now there are talks between PSG director Leonardo and Barcelona officials to have the transfer of the Brazilian 27-year-old back to Camp Nou done. He wants to come to Barcelona, and Barca officials state that both clubs are slowly getting closer to reach an agreement. Christian Eriksen might leave the Tottenham Hotspur. As the Sun reports, the Danish international central midfielder rejected a contract extension that would earn him £200,000 a week, the second best salary the Spurs have yet to offer besides Harry Kane. The 27-year-old Eriksen is set to even accept a lower income to fulfill his dream of playing with Real Madrid or Barcelona in La Liga. With his contract expiring next June, the Spurs might very well sell him until Monday. Eriksen's price tag is reported to be at £50 million. Alexis Sánchez would like to leave Manchester United for Inter Milan, and Inter Milan is very much interested in signing the 30-year-old Chilean striker on loan. Even Manchester United is okay with getting the best paid player in the Premier League off their payroll, at least for one season. But the deal is stalled due to a muscle injury of Red Devils Anthony Martial in United's 1-2 loss against Crystal Palace. Depending on how long Martial is out, Manchester's manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might need Alexis Sánchez to fill in, thus blocking the deal with Inter. Miralem Pjanic, as Italy's newspaper Tuttosport has it, is supposed to be a target player for Bayern Munich or Paris Saint-Germain. The 29-year-old Bosniak central midfielder is under contract with Juventus Turin until June 2023. He's a regular starter, even for new coach Maurizio Sarri, and the alleged €80 million transfer fee that Juve supposedly wants for Pjanic makes this rumor a rather windy one. In other news, Jürgen Klopp is thinking about taking a time out after he's done coaching Liverpool. The 52-year-old Champions League winner joined the Reds in 2015 after a contract extension. His commitment at Anfield ends in 2022. Then 7 years in charge with Liverpool is the same duration Klopp has had previously with former clubs Mainz and Dortmund. Due to his outgoing working style, Klopp can imagine taking a time out after his stint at Liverpool, as he told the German sports magazine Kicker. After scoring his first 2 Premier League goals in Chelsea's 3-2 victory last weekend at Norwich, Chelsea is focused on extending the contract of Tammy Abraham. The 21-year-old centre forward is set to follow fellow youngsters Mason Mount and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who already signed new papers in summer. As the Telegraph reports, Chelsea is willing to double Abraham's wages up to £100,000 a week to put off potential bidders for the English under-21 international. And now, congratulations, Lionel Messi. The Barça superstar was voted Player of the Season 18-19 in La Liga by the Transfermarkt users. His last La Liga campaign with 34 games saw him scoring 36 goals and 15 assists to lead the league in both categories. For the remarkable performance, he received the Transfermarkt Player of the Season certificate. As we move on to our background story, it's lights out for Bury FC. After 125 years in professional football, the governing body of the English Football League yesterday expelled the traditional side from the 4 top leagues due to massive financial problems. A last effort of hope came to an end 90 minutes before reaching the EFL's deadline, as the company C&N Sporting Risk withdrew their offer to financially save the Shakers. Bury won the FA Cup twice in 1900 and 1903 and lately was an in-between 3rd and 4th tier team, with the last promotion to League One in 2019. Due to the great financial problems with only 10 players on their roster, they couldn't play in the first 5 league games this season, and yesterday finally marked the darkest day in the 134-year history of this traditional Greater Manchester area team. And this is it for Transfermarkt International in this week's edition. Next week, of course, we have the transfer window coming to a close on Monday, so you will be updated with all the greatest deals that are done in the next couple of days. I hope you like the show and tune in next week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Have a good one.